MyGhost-Writer presents Echoes of Starlight, Book 2. Echoes of Starlight, The Shifting Tribulations, Chapter 1, Whispering Beginnings. The night sky stretched endlessly over Innisbrook, a velvet canvas dotted with shimmering stars. Beneath this celestial wonder, Delaney stood rooted, her mind swirling with thoughts as vast as the universe above. The crisp air carried whispers, as if the stars themselves communicated a secret only she could decipher. Footsteps crunched on the forest floor, pulling her from her reverie. It was Alex, his presence comforting and familiar. "Mia," he began, his voice a mix of curiosity and concern. "You've been staring up there for a while now. What do you see?" Mia smiled softly, her eyes still fixed on the twinkling sky. "Not what I see, Alex, but what I feel. It's like they want to tell us something. About the echoes." Alex nodded, standing beside her as they both faced the starry expanse. "The echo phenomena. Erebus said it's crucial, but I can't help wondering, why us?" Before Mia could answer, the gentle rustle of leaves signified the approach of someone imposing yet enigmatic. Erebus emerged from the shadows, his presence as mysterious as the forest itself. His voice, deep and resonant, cut through the stillness. "The echoes choose the listener as much as the listener chooses to hear them, Mia." Mia turned to her mentor, trying to read the cryptic lines of his expression. "But what if we make the wrong choices? What if we misinterpret?" Erebus chuckled, a sound like distant thunder. "Ah, but therein lies the challenge. Every choice reverberates through the universe, guiding or misguiding the echoes. Yours is the will to shape those reverberations." Alex shifted uncomfortably. "So, every decision is already an echo, then? That's a lot of pressure." "Indeed," Erebus replied, his gaze fixed on the horizon. "But each echo holds potential transformation. Embrace it." As if on cue, a soft chiming echoed through the woods, not unlike the chiming of starlight itself. Alara Wynne appeared, her presence ethereal and her eyes seeing far beyond the immediate. "Beware, young travelers," she uttered, her voice dripping with entrancing enigma. "Your paths are woven tighter than you perceive, bound by threads not easily unspun." Mia felt a shiver trace her spine. "Alara, what does that mean? Are you saying our destinies are predefined?" The seeress smiled, a knowing curve that held secrets and wisdom. "Destiny is a mosaic, Mia, one constructed from choices and echoes alike. Your paths, though delineated, shift with every ripple you create." Silence reclaimed the woods, punctuated only by the gentle murmur of wind. The trio understood the gravity of Alara's words, but also felt the underlying hope they encapsulated. Finally, Alex broke the quiet, his voice tinged with determination. "Then, if the echoes shape our path, we must ensure they reflect our true intentions." Mia nodded, steeling herself with newfound resolve, "and we'll face whatever comes together." As the group began moving deeper into the whispering woods, the stars overhead seemed to flicker in agreement. Their journey was set in motion, with dialogue their compass and the echoes of starlight lighting their way. Chapter 2. Glimpses of Nexus. The temperature in Erebus's glade was brisk, the morning dew shimmering like clusters of tiny stars caught in the grass. Delaney adjusted her stance, eyeing the glimmering sword in her hand with a mix of apprehension and determination. Across from her, Alex watched with a keen eye, his own practice weapon held loosely at his side. "Let's see if you're starting to feel the rhythm of the echoes," he teased, tapping the blade against his palm. Mia smirked, raising her sword in challenge. "Or maybe you're finally ready to learn from me," she retorted, swinging forward. Their blades met with a gentle clang, the sound resonating in the glade as they moved into a rapid yet thoughtful dance of attack and defense. Sweat trickled down Mia's temple, but her mind was elsewhere, lost in the rhythm now in sync with her heartbeat. "This training feels different," she panted, deflecting a strike. "Like we're learning more than just combat." Alex sidestepped her next move, his eyes serious beneath furrowed brows. "That's what Erebus keeps saying, right? That these echoes are more than just relics of the past. They're threads that connect us to everything." Mia paused, lowering her sword. "It's hard to grasp, isn't it? This idea of parallel realities." "Hard to believe," Alex corrected, his tone softening. "Yet here we are, wielding fragments of starlight. It seems anything's possible." As if summoned, Erebus appeared at the edge of the glade, his presence an unspoken command for them to drop their weapons. He approached with deliberate slowness, the weight of his words preceding him. Mia Alex, Erebus said, his gaze contemplating the horizon, what you engage with here is not merely physical. Echo mastery requires melding spirit and intention. It is through dialogue with these echoes that true understanding and power emerges. Alex exchanged a glance with Mia, his voice laced with a curiosity bordering on disbelief. So, we talk to them, the echoes? More than that, Erebus replied, an enigmatic smile playing on his lips. You converse with the universe itself. Each echo offers a lesson, a path forged by your own footsteps and choices. Mia nodded, feeling a pang of self-doubt that was quickly overtaken by determination. And what about the astral nexus? Can it really show us these alternate paths? Erebus's expression didn't change, but a knowing glint appeared in his eye. The nexus is a mirror, reflecting possibilities but not certainties. It's where intention meets manifestation. Prepare wisely, for your heart must be both open and guarded. Before the weight of his words could settle, Alara Wynn materialized like mist, her voice a breeze fluttering through the glade. In this journey, remember to heed not just the echoes of your past, but those of your future. They call out to you softly, yet they are vital guides. Mia approached the seeress, her mind a torrent of questions. Alara, can not knowing the echoes mislead us? Are we strong enough to shape our fates? Alara chuckled, the sound melodious and full of secrets. Strength lies in acceptance, dear Mia. Trust the light within you. The echoes frame your questions, but your heart holds the answers. Their discussion, rich with implication and laced with riddles, hovered in the brisk air long after Alara's departure. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the glade in hues of twilight, the two friends made a decision. Tomorrow, the astral nexus, Alex declared, resolve dancing in his voice. We need to see what lies in those reflections, learn what we can. Mia agreed, a mixture of fear and anticipation swirling within her. If the echoes have anything to say, we owe it to ourselves to listen. In the stillness that followed, the stars began their nightly vigil above. Their journey would continue, one conversation at a time, guided by the whispers of a cosmos vast and intertwined. Chapter 3. Boundless Reflections. The astral nexus unfolded around Mia and Alex like a living tapestry, its shimmering contours weaving a mesmerizing dance of color and light. Everywhere they looked, images flickered and transformed, echoes of potential lives they might lead. Wow, Alex murmured, his voice tinged with awe. This place is incredible. It's like standing inside a kaleidoscope. Mia couldn't help but smile at his childlike wonder. It's beautiful, but overwhelming too. Each reflection feels like a part of me trying to break free. As they navigated through the ethereal landscape, the echoes surrounding them began to whisper their stories, each a tantalizing glimpse into realms shaped by choices unmade. Look at this, Alex called, gesturing towards a particularly vivid echo. It showed him as a renowned inventor, praised for innovations that touched countless lives. Do you think somewhere this is really me? Mia considered the scene thoughtfully. The echoes seem to suggest possibilities that are within the reach of our choices. But does knowing this change what you want? He hesitated, caught between the lure of potential accomplishment and the path he currently walked. I don't know. It makes me question what I've prioritized and whether it's enough. Mia touched his arm, offering her support through the confusion. But that uncertainty is part of who you are, Alex. It means you're growing. The path meandered, drawing them deeper into the heart of the nexus. They paused near an echo that showed Mia, confident and serene, leading a band of stargazers. Her echo's eyes held a wisdom she could only dream of possessing. Is that how you see yourself? Alex asked gently, sensing her unease. Mia frowned, reluctant to confront the reflection. I want it to be, but what if I never become that person? What if I can't handle the burden of guiding others as Erebus does? A soft voice interrupted her self-doubt, drifting like mist across the echoes. Alara Wynn emerged from the shadows, her presence as much a part of the nexus as the stars themselves. Fear not what you might become, Mia, but embrace what you already are, Alara advised, her tone calm and assured. Each echo shows a path, but none is set in stone. Your journey is molded by your courage and your willingness to adapt. Mia absorbed her words, feeling a swell of determination replace her hesitance. The echoes no longer seemed intimidating, but instead, signposts pointing towards paths she could choose to explore. Thank you, Alara, she said, her voice infused with new resolve. I didn't realize how much I needed to hear that. I think I have to start trusting myself more. Alara nodded, her gaze softening with approval. You're stronger than you know, and remember, every echo you touch shapes not just the future, but also the present. As Alara's figure melded back into the cosmic backdrop, Mia turned to Alex with a quiet satisfaction. We really should trust those echoes within, shouldn't we? Despite how scary it might be. He smiled, inspired by her renewed confidence. Absolutely, and it'll be easier because we're facing them together. The two friends stood in a reflective silence, the echoes around them forming a symphony of possibilities and promise. Each conversation had sculpted their understanding, carving clarity from the chaos. The paths before them, though uncertain, shone with the potential of 1,000 stars. "What's next, Mia?" Alex asked, curiosity illuminating his features. Mia gazed at the myriad reflections, each one a spark of hope. "Next, we figure out how to manifest these echoes into reality and learn their lessons," she said, guided by each other and the light of our intentions. The chapter closed with Alara's parting words echoing softly in the air, a gentle reminder of the journey's purpose. Every echo holds a lesson. Listen well and let it guide you. Chapter 4. Trials in the Observatory. The atmosphere within the observatory was charged with a palpable energy, its domed ceiling reflecting the celestial phenomena swirling in the night sky above. Mia, Delaney, and Alex stood in the observation area, their gazes fixed on the intricate map of the cosmos that flickered and shimmered across the curved wall. "Feels like we're inside a giant cosmic brain," Alex remarked, his voice tinged with reverence as he gestured to the stellar patterns swirling around them. "Or maybe a heart," Mia countered, her tone contemplative. "One that's alive and pulsing with possibilities, just waiting for us to tap into it." Their musings were interrupted by the unexpected appearance of Erebus, who approached with a measured gait, his presence strikingly authoritative amidst the sea of cosmic light. He carried with him an air of urgency that quickly caught Mia's attention. "Erebus," she greeted, a hint of relief in her voice. "We've been trying to decode the messages in these echoes. How do we know which ones are crucial?" Erebus folded his hands, his eyes steady. "Each echo holds its importance, but it is the convergence of certain echoes that defines our path." He paused, allowing his words to resonate. A threat looms on the horizon, one that ties directly to these entwined echoes. Mia exchanged a worried glance with Alex. "What kind of threat are you talking about?" Before Erebus could respond, Alara Wynn appeared, her arrival as silent and soft as a whisper. Her face was lit by the eerie glow of starlight, providing an ethereal backdrop to the gravity in her voice. "It is a prophecy," Alara began, her words weaving a web of suspense, one that foresees a convergence of destiny and chaos. "Your roles, Mia and Alex, are more pivotal than you may comprehend." Alex leaned forward, the concern evident in his demeanor. "But these echoes, how are they tied to this threat?" "The echoes are a tapestry," Erebus explained. "Each one strengthens or weakens the fabric, depending on how it's woven. Miss one, and the pattern frays." Mia felt the weight of their tasks settling over her shoulders. "Then we have to make sure we interpret them correctly. But with so many paths, what if we choose wrong?" Erebus placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "Guidance comes not just from the stars, but also from those we trust around us. We are not alone in this battle." Alara's gaze met Mia's, holding an unspoken promise. "And remember," she added softly, "often the echoes that frighten us most are the ones we most need to hear." Their conversation veered into strategic planning, each voice contributing to the evolving blueprint. The observatory, with its woven starlight and mysterious echoes, became a crucible for their ideas, each word spoken a stepping stone across the vast and unknown. "Maybe we need to split up and gather information on these key echoes," Alex suggested tentatively. "Cross-reference with anything we've learned from training?" Mia nodded thoughtfully. "We should also prepare for the unexpected. If what you and Alara say is true, Erebus, we have to be ready for the convergence." As their discussion deepened, the though of an approaching darkness hung like a shadow cast by the stars above. Determination etched into their expressions, Mia and Alex rose to the challenge set before them. Just as they reached a tentative plan, filled with optimism and the promise of collaboration, Alara whispered a final intriguing thought. "The echoes may predict, but it's your voices that choose. How you diverge from the foretold path is where true strength lies. With newfound clarity and resolve, the pair stepped back beneath the skylit dome. Their ideas crystallized, their fears admitted, yet tempered by support and shared understanding. As discussions wound down, Mia turned to Alex, a mix of trepidation and excitement igniting in her eyes. "I guess it's really happening, Alex. We're part of something bound to eclipse us if we stand still." "We've got this," Alex assured, gripping her shoulder with confidence. "We'll make sure those echoes don't just reflect paths, but also guide us in forging the best one." Their laughter rippled between them, a fragile comfort against the unknown. The starlit observatory, once a mere repository of celestial knowledge, was now the nexus of their unfolding destiny, rich with potential and bound by cosmic ties. Above them, the stars blinked and shimmered, perhaps in approval or perhaps in anticipation of the trials they must yet face. Chapter 5. The Celestial Confrontation. The whispering woods, usually a haven of quiet contemplation, now thrummed with an unfamiliar energy. Mia, Delaney, and Alex walked side by side along the well-worn path, their breaths synchronizing in the cool night air. The trees above whispered their secrets as if echoing the urgency in their hearts. Erebus emerged from the underbrush, his cloak melded with shadows until only his eyes were visible, glinting with the reflection of starlight. "The time has come," he intoned, his voice a deep rumble that seemed to harmonize with the wood's ambient whispers. Alex shifted, unable to mask his anxiety. "What is it we're truly facing, Erebus? Alara spoke of a convergence, but what does that mean for us?" Erebus paused, contemplating the answer. "The convergence is the meeting point of all potentialities, a cosmic clash between the echo's light and a shadow intending to merge them into chaos. You must remember the lessons shared between you and the echoes. They're a part of you now." Mia nodded, a determination solidifying within her. "This shadow, do you mean it's something we can communicate with? Or is it beyond reason?" A rustle announced the arrival of Alara Wynn, her figure ethereal as she stepped seamlessly into their circle. "The shadow is both a force and a reflection," she said, her voice lyrical yet laden with meaning. "It is born of choice and consequence, and yes, through dialogue you may reach its core." As if summoned by her words, a figure materialized from the shadows, a wraith-like presence, shifting and uncertain, like a mirage at the dawn of realization. The darkness crackled, its voice a low, unsettling murmur. "You seek to unravel what is simply a union, a collapse into singularity that binds echoes into one harrowing truth." Mia squared her shoulders, her voice clear and unwavering. "A single truth is a cage. Our lives, our paths are meant to be a tapestry, not a mere thread." Alex stepped boldly forward, his eyes locked on their adversary. "We don't fear choice. It's choice that makes us, that unites us in purpose. We're stronger as individuals and even more potent when we stand together." The shadow wavered, taken aback by their unity. "Yet, do you not see the ease that comes with singular focus? The burden of multiple echoes is heavy," Erebus spoke, his tone calm yet intense. "They've chosen to carry that burden. Each echo fuels them, each choice informs their strength." Mia's eyes lit with the power of understanding, the wisdom imparted by her mentors, and the echoes she communed with now guiding her. "You are trying to silence the echoes, but they are our companions, not our burdens. Each voice, each choice enhances the promise of what we could be." Alara added softly, almost like a lullaby that threaded its way through the tension. "It is through tension that harmony is often discovered, a truth of the universe you might learn from." Their words were charged with loss and inevitability, yet danced with a hope the shadow couldn't understand. A flicker of doubt crackled across its form as it absorbed their declarations. Mia felt the tide shifting, her voice gaining strength. "We will not be subsumed by singularity. We choose to live, to embrace the echoes and let them shape us." The shadow recoiled, unable to withstand their unified front, this coalition of echo and choice. As the darkness ebbed, leaving a void filled with shimmering twilight, Alara whispered, almost to herself, "They have chosen well." Erebus turned to them, pride etched into his rugged features. "You've forged a path of many voices, and that is your triumph." Alex turned to Mia, a grin breaking his focus. "Maybe echoes do remember us, and maybe that's enough." With laughter now alive between them, the whispering woods felt different yet the same, as if acknowledging the resilience of its guardians. That was something, Mia breathed, smile playing at her lips. Do you think any of these messages will reach others? Change them? Echoes ripple far and wide, don't they? Remarked Alex. We may never fully know, but we move forward assured that we did what was right. As their footsteps retraced and their hearts lightened, the stars above brightened their paths, casting a guiding light on whatever lay ahead. Dialogue had transformed shadows into dawn, casting its own echo across endless skies. Chapter 6. Harmonizing Echoes. Under the vast canopy of the Innisbrook sky, Mia, Delaney, and Alex stood together once more, the whisper of the starlight wrapping around them like a comforting embrace. The clearing where it all began seemed different now, touched by their experiences and the choices they'd made. The tranquil energy that enveloped them was a testament to their journey, a journey not just across cosmic landscapes, but also within themselves. So, what's next for us? Alex asked, breaking the serene silence, his voice carrying the weight of introspection yet a lightness of newfound freedom. Mia looked up, her eyes tracing the familiar constellations. Honestly, I feel like we've just opened the first chapter of a much larger tale. As if on cue, Erebus appeared from the shadows, his presence still maintaining a mesmerizing aura of mystery. Mia, Alex, he greeted, his tone a mix of gravity and warmth. The echoes have been harmonized, but remember, equilibrium is not a permanent state. It requires constant dialogue and understanding. Alex nodded, his gaze thoughtful. I guess it's not just about dealing with crises, but about forging connections, keeping the echoes alive through our actions and choices. Precisely, Erebus replied, his eyes conveying the depth of his wisdom. The cosmos is unending, always speaking. Listen with intent and act with purpose. Mia stepped closer, a question stirring in her mind. And what about the echoes? Will we always be able to communicate with them like we have? Erebus's enigmatic smile returned. As long as you remain curious and open-hearted, the echoes will be there to guide you. The universe favors those who engage with its mysteries. Ilara Wynn walked gracefully into their midst, her eyes reflecting the twinkling sky above. And with curiosity comes hope, dear travelers, she chimed, her voice a soothing balm. May you always find comfort and strength in the echoes of joy and wisdom, as well as the lessons learned from those of doubt and challenge. Mia and Alex shared a glance of mutual understanding, their bond now stronger, shaped by trials and triumphs. Thank you both, Mia started earnestly, for the guidance and for believing in us. Ilara touched Mia's shoulder gently, a gesture of both reassurance and farewell. The future is not set, Mia. It is crafted one choice at a time. May your bond with the echoes keep you grounded yet bold. As the elders faded back into the whispering expanse of the forest, Mia and Alex found themselves alone with their thoughts and the gentle hum of the night. What if we hadn't stepped onto this path? Alex posed, his tone a mix of wonder and introspection. Mia shrugged, a soft smile playing on her lips. Then maybe the echoes would have found another way to reach us. But I'm glad it's us, facing this together. Me too, Alex agreed, a warmth in his voice that painted the night with renewed hope. They stood there, beneath the shimmering stars, feeling the echoes reverberate not just through the universe, but within themselves. It was a harmony born of dialogue, of understanding and resilience. And as their laughter and heartfelt exchanges resonated through the clearing, the echoes sang back, a symphony of starlight promise and the eternal dance of choices yet to come. Mia squeezed Alex's hand, their gaze lifted to the majestic dome of stars. Well, whatever comes next, we'll figure it out like we always do. Together. Ready? Alex chuckled softly, a blend of courage and excitement in his eyes, ready as ever. Guided by the luminescent tapestry they helped create, Mia and Alex turned towards the future, their path illuminated by shared intentions and the echo of starlit harmony. Thank you for listening to My Ghostwriter.